Hello, and welcome to Strangers with Kittens, Gen X stories from the least parented generation. I'm so glad you're here because in this episode, I am going to talk to one of my favorite people. She's a comedian, she's a storyteller, she's a writer, and we met maybe 25 years ago in this acting class for stand-up comics. The teacher was a nut job. I'm not going to name names. I kind of want to name names. I'll decide if I'm going to name names. It was a class for stand-ups, and this person had made a name for herself because she taught. She was an acting teacher to a stand-up who had a very popular sitcom in the 90s. That was like her niche then. That became her niche, was to teach acting to stand-ups. And so she comes in to class the first day, and she was in her 50s, maybe late 50s. And it became very clear pretty quickly that she was at a phase of her career as a woman. And back then, this was even worse than it is now, much worse. There weren't many roles for women past, I don't know, 40 something. And that sucked. And there weren't the wide range of female characters that there are now. I mean, watching the morning show on Apple TV, like, it's so phenomenal. I was watching a scene, I know I'm bouncing around a bit, but I was watching this scene on the current season of the morning show, I think it's season 5, where there are two strong Black women who are playing broadcasters. One's a producer and one's an anchor, former Olympic athlete, and they're talking. And I thought to myself, this might be unprecedented. This scene with two strong, intelligent Black women who are similar types having an intelligent conversation. It sounds so like, what's the big deal? But I'm telling you, this didn't used to happen. It was like, oh, we have one woman, we have one Black woman, we have this type. So the other person has to be some sort of a caricature. I digress. There weren't a lot of roles for women in general, and certainly women past a certain age. And it became clear that this teacher, who was also a working actor, was feeling this very intensely. And she took these feelings. It's not a great feeling, but she took it out on all the younger women that were in this class. And she was brutal to all of us. And an acting teacher can really do damage because they want you to be vulnerable. And then if they have something going on, they can really mess with you. And they really messed with my guest, who you'll meet soon, who's just like so sweet and smart and funny and great and open-hearted. Anyway, so this teacher comes into the class, and we're kind of chatting amongst ourselves. We're all stand-ups, so we're all kind of like, like taking up space. And she comes in and looks around, and she's standing there silent and sort of emanating this annoyed vibe. And so everyone's kind of like, oh, what's the problem? And she says, Uta Hagen taught at Yale, and she came into her class, an auditorium full of actors, opened up her blouse, took out her bare breast, and said, this is what it means to be an actor. And the entire class gave her a standing ovation. Now, I am going to go back in my office, and when I come out into this classroom, I expect a standing ovation. She turns around and leaves. And we're all looking at each other like, WTF. She came back out. We all looked like, are we doing that? By the way, she wasn't Uta Hagen. We weren't at Yale. And she didn't bear anything. We're all looking at each other like, what? So one by one, everybody folds and stands up and gives her a standing ovation. And she made us do that at the beginning of every class for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't earn it in any way. It was just under duress, and I resented it. And it just went downhill from there. These are the conditions under which my next guest and I met. It forged a friendship in the fire, and we've been friends ever since. So without further ado, please welcome my friend, an incredible comedian, an incredible talent, an incredible storyteller. Her credits are longer than my arm, but my favorite credit is that she's my friend. Please welcome Vijai Nathan. Strangers with Kittens, Gen X stories from the least parented generation. Hi.
Hello, Eileen Kelly.
You're looking fabulous, Vijay Nathan.
Thank you. I just got my hair blown out just for you.
It looks so good, and I'm honored, and I'm loving that lipstick too.
Oh, thank you. It's 2 lipsticks. So,
Is it really?
yeah, it is.
I love that. I can almost never wear just one color. I always have to mess around with it.
I have a really red lipstick and then I have like a kind of wine colored gloss. So it tones it down. Otherwise it would be red carpet
Really
red.
bright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Which I also love, but
I
you have
love
to
it
be in the mood
too,
for that.
but sometimes it's too much of a look.
Yeah,
So,
completely. I
yeah.
know. You can't just like go for a walk around your neighborhood in that kind of lipstick. It's like, where's she
Well,
going?
well, why not?
Well, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you got your two big dogs to stroll around with. That's always an occasion for you.
It is. Yeah. It took me a while to understand that I needed to put myself together to do the podcast. I'm like, wait, can't I just do this from underneath my covers in bed? No. So I finally started putting a little effort in, and now I feel like it's like upping my dog walking game too, because I'm like, well, in the morning, I'm like, might as well just be ready for anything, you know?
That's true. That's true. Well,
Um,
do you feel like is it more stressful now that you're doing it video? But you were doing video before, right?
I was, but I psychologically hadn't made the shift that I was. I
Mhm.
felt like, well, no one's going to actually see it. Everybody's just listening. Even though I could see, even though there was like a screen and I could see it, I'm like, well, no one else is going to see this, so it's fine.
Well, everybody's gonna see this.
I'm like, do they know I didn't brush my teeth?
You didn't brush your teeth? Oh my
I'm
God.
kidding. I'm kidding.
It's okay.
I mean,
It's
sometimes,
okay.
but
I mean, who cares? We're not in the room together, so who
right?
cares?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
breathe all over this. um, Speaking of dog walking, I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna flash a picture of my dog. So Bootsy, our second dog, she just always looks uncared for. It
Oh.
looks like we just picked her up on the side of the highway right before this moment, like no matter what. And I take her to a groomer and stuff, but she's just got a grungy, kind of scampy look about her. So I took her to the groomer yesterday and she was all matted. So they had kind of take her down like
Hmm.
pretty low, the
Uh-oh.
hair. And then I had also bought, because I was like, what can I do to make her look like someone loves her? It's like she always just looks so down and out. And
Like a hobo?
so yeah, so you expect her to have like the stick and the bandana, like as she's walking down the street. So I found this sweater and I took her for a walk today.
Ouch.
And this woman like stopped in her tracks and she's like, oh my God, I love that sweater. I would wear that sweater. Right? I'm like,
Yeah.
thank goodness. I finally figured out how to give her a glow up because I bought this like sort of Burberry collar for her and it
Mhm.
was just hidden under her fur. Like you couldn't see it. And
Okay.
I don't know, nothing works. So
Well,
I think I
now you've
finally
got
found the
to
recipe.
invest in a bunch of sweaters.
Keep her short and cute sweater. That's the way to go.
Hmm.
Yeah. I am so excited for today's show. I'm so excited for the game show portion of it because
Oh,
I have some fun items picked out. I'm so happy to see your face and I'm so happy you're here.
I'm so happy to be here. This is fun. A little nervous still, a little nervous, but
Don't be nervous.
oh,
Yeah, so this is a Gen X storytelling podcast
right.
and you are just one of the greatest storytellers in the history of storytelling.
Oh, thank
Really?
you.
I remember after meeting you, going to your show at the comic strip and just being so completely blown away. Looking
Oh,
around at people being like, that's my friend. That's why she's friends with me.
Oh my God, that was such a long time ago, the comic strip.
Right?
Did you audition there a bunch of times? Did you stay out, get the lineup and
Oh
do
my
it?
God, yeah. Do you remember the line for the comic strip at like what 10 o'clock in the morning or something?
Yeah.
Like I remember packing snacks and being like, okay, we're
At
gonna be
least it
here
was a
for a
fair way to
while.
get in.
True.
Yeah.
True. It was truly a leveling ground. But do you remember how many comics, and they were all guys, how many comics would be like doing their shtick online trying to get you to give them attention? And
Oh
you're
my
like, dude,
God.
it is 10 o'clock. I'm just having my coffee. It's freezing. I'm on a sidewalk outside. No, I do not want to hear it.
I mean, if there's one person there, it's an audience.
Truly. But it was so exhausting because there were like a bunch of people that were like that. I feel like they're like the comedians who I'm friends with who are just chill and normal
Hmm.
when they're not on stage. You know what I mean? Still inherently funny people and fun to be around, but not in a way that's like this. You know what I mean? And then there are the people that won't shut up in the green room and you're like, I just want to put my head down and go to sleep.
Well, they're the comics that are the listeners and the observers. I think that's what we are. And so we don't need that constant, I need to be seen all the time. So I
Oh,
guess
I
we're
never
not
thought of it like
narcissists.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that you put it in a kind way, which is the listeners and the observers, because I never thought about it like that, but you're totally right.
I mean, that's the way I've always been. I mean, when I was growing up, I would just be watching and listening in class. I can remember being in elementary school and wanting to say this comeback that I had in my head, but that I didn't say because I was too scared to say it. I was too scared to say anything when I was a kid.
Because you were afraid of getting in trouble or the wrath of your parents when you got home or what?
I mean, I was afraid of being told to go back to my own country. That was probably the big thing for opening up
Oh,
my mouth. Yeah,
shit.
I mean that's really the way it was growing up in the 70s and really a kid in the 70s as a person of color where there was nobody really else around me. I was the only Indian there. And there was really this idea of don't bring attention to yourself because then you'll
Mm.
become a target. And that's the way my
Oh,
parents
wow.
kind of raised me is to just avoid confrontation, avoid becoming a target at all costs, melt into the background if you can. So that's what I did throughout my childhood and early adulthood.
Wow. Do you think that's a common experience for a child of immigrants?
I think that
Like,
probably is because we're so afraid to bring it to. I mean, at least at that time in the 70s and 80s, maybe the Gen Z immigrants, because we were so afraid to be seen as different and as
mm,
foreign, and so that's why we didn't want to bring any extra attention to ourselves because we were already singled out just because of how we looked.
right.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think that there's a big resurgence in that now.
Oh, well,
I
I
hate to
think that
say it, but
yes and no. I think it's well in the sense of I think it's easier at least for Indians. I think that Indian music and dance has become part of mainstream culture.
yeah.
Like Indian looks like bindis have
Hmm.
become popular and a beauty accessory. So the things that made me different and weird are now cool.
Right.
So
Yeah.
my niece is having a fantastic time.
Yeah.
She's not bothered about being Indian whatsoever.
Yeah. It's like being celebrated.
It
Mm.
is. I
And
wish
it's like
I was
so
a
great for
child of
her. But
now.
yes. Yes. I know. It's like I see it with my kids. Like I'm so happy. I'm so proud of Gen X as a generation because I feel like we broke down so many barriers and we took the trauma that we had as kids growing up neglected and feral and figuring out our own way and we have a particular set of skills, and that's great. But we don't wish that for younger generations. And we maybe we're a little more helicoptery than we needed to be, but we made sure that kids coming after us maybe didn't need to be on a milk carton. You know what I mean? We gotta make some changes here, you know? And I feel like it's the same thing for that kind of stuff, like celebrating other cultures and accepting everyone, whether it's body positivity or everything. Like I see what my kids are growing up with now, and I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And I'm also a little sad from young me.
Yeah, I
You
know
know,
what you mean.
I mean, it's, yeah, like I can't help it. I'm really glad for them, but there's a little part of me that's like, you know,
But I think you're right. We are who we are. And I do think that because of how we were parented and how we then kind of tried to overcompensate for that, kids are just a little weak, maybe. Not as not as resilient as we are.
for sure.
Kids are nowadays, if you yell at them, they're like, I don't feel safe. And
Oh my God, I know.
when it was our parents, it was like, yeah, you're not supposed to feel safe.
you're
So,
you're not. Just to be clear.
exactly, exactly. I'd get shoes thrown at me.
Whatever was happening to you, it still was better than what your parents would do. My brother and I broke the rules and then almost got lit on fire by a neighbor. And it was still like, just make sure mom doesn't find out. You know what I
Oh, yeah.
mean? I'd rather die a fiery death than face whatever waits for me at home.
Oh my goodness. Your parents must have been really strict. My parents were strict, but it sounds like your parents were scary as heck.
You know, they were, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like it was like, I don't know. There's some healthy part of that. You should be a little afraid of the people that brought you into the world, you know? Like,
I definitely think so. Kids are just not afraid, and they should be afraid. Your kids are they afraid of you?
um, 2 out of 3. But I will say, I'll never forget, my oldest son was a teenager and he said to me, I mean, without an ounce of irony, he said, he was like, I don't know, 15, 16. He goes, you know, you never told me that I'm supposed to wash my feet. I was
What?
like, he goes, I'll chalk it up as a parenting blind spot. I was like, I might have to kill you. My,
Yeah,
I was like, first of all, WTF. Secondly, why do you think you can say anything like that to me in that tone with that attitude? Like,
it's
what?
yeah, these entitled kids, man. They think they know more than us.
They seriously do. I was peeling
But why
same
would you
same
have to tell him to wash his feet? Doesn't he take a shower?
yes.
Isn't that part of it? That would just be considered part of it. I didn't know you had to have a separate class
Right.
on
Like
feet washing.
I also same kid. I was peeling it was like during that time where they're just annoying. They're, you know, I know developmentally they're individuating and they just want to be like, I know more than you. I had just gone grocery shopping and I was putting fruit in a bowl on the table and I was peeling the stickers off of like plums and nectarines. And he's watching me and he goes, you know, you don't have to do that. Those are edible. In this way that was so superior. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to peel them all off. I'll put them in a bowl for you. Maybe pour some milk on it in a spoon and you can have at it.
Where did he come up with that? Those are
I don't know.
edible.
But then I thought, you know what? If these are like the rebellious moments, I'm doing an okay job.
Oh, and now that's reminding me of the banana stickers. I always used to put those on my forehead like a little bindi,
Spiritual
my third
line.
eye.
I know what things cost.
Exactly. Exactly.
One of the things I was thinking about when I was asking you if you would be a guest on the show, because I was just thinking about all of your amazing stories, and I know so many. But I think one of the first ones I ever heard you tell, and it was such a long time ago that I forget some of it. Because you're a little bit younger than me. You're a couple years younger than me. And so
I'm
uh,
wait, I'm 1971. What are you?
I'm
1970?
1968. I'm 1968.
No. I thought you
Yeah.
were like, no way. Okay.
Yeah. So Chuck E. Cheese was more like my niece and nephew's age. Because I was an aunt when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
So even though we were close in age, it felt like they were a different generation because they were being raised with my siblings were raising them, not my parents.
Yeah.
So even though we were close in age, they was just different. And this might not be generational. This might just be my parents. I never had a birthday party, and it would never be a thing. First of all, invite a bunch more kids into your life for a couple of hours, like my parents were like, absolutely not. And just I don't know, spending money on that just would never have been in my parents' consciousness. Like,
But you didn't
no.
have a birthday cake?
I never had a kid or friend party or like cupcakes at school or anything like that. But in my family, you got to pick dinner for that night, which was a big deal because some
Okay.
dinners were great and some dinners were like you had to choke it down.
Okay.
And then that month we'd celebrate all the October birthdays on one Sunday, and it would be like me, my brother, and my niece, and we'd have like a shared birthday cake that Sunday dinner, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, at least it was recognized, but not on the
Oh, it was
day.
totally recognized. No, 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 it was totally recognized. But like, I just mean an event like that. You know what I mean? Like going, having a party, like having that feeling of like, because I love hosting parties now. I love the inviting people and seeing who's coming and the anticipation of it, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with my birthday party. My birthday's in December, and I would start planning out the party favors in October. I was already ready for what was going on, and I always liked those little mini umbrellas. I don't know why, but I would buy
Oh
those
my God, I
that are
love those too.
but what kid needs a mini umbrella? Those are for cocktails. But I would
I
buy those
know, I
mini
love them.
umbrellas, candy, I can't,
So
whistles.
fun.
I don't know, all that fun stuff, all that good stuff.
All right, so favorite kid party of yours?
Fa Favorite or
Yeah,
I will
we'll
tell
go
you that.
through.
Okay, well, I don't know. Party my birthday, I feel like everything was traumatic. There was always some kind of drama going on in my house. I mean, this is birthday, so not birthday party, but but the saying that my sisters and I had, it's not your birthday until you cry. Like we would always cry on our birthday somehow. My parents would yell at us for something and we would cry.
Oh,
It wasn't always such a spectacular day, but
oh.
my favorite birthday. I can't think of a favorite birthday. What about you?
Um, I do remember being 4 years old and really wanting, like, you remember when you were a kid and you felt like if you got a certain toy, it was going to change your life?
Mm-hmm.
I remember wanting this romper room clock, and
Oh,
it was plastic, and the numbers were different colors, and it was that clown face. I'm sure it was terrifying. It was like the romper room clown face, and
yeah.
it had numbers that came out. I think it might have been magnetic or whatever. But for some reason, I was so like fixated on this thing, and I thought it would change my life, and I got it for my birthday. I mean, I was a little disappointed at how little it changed my life, but I was pretty happy that I got it.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
I
yeah,
just
that
thought
stands
of
out.
that. I just thought of a good birthday. It was my 30th birthday, and I was living in New York. And it wasn't a surprise party, but it was like a big deal. My parents came from Maryland to my birthday party in New York, and they blew up my headshot and put it in different my friends and like put it in different colors so it looked like that Andy Warhol thing.
Oh my
And then
god, I love that.
everybody wore a little sticker of me for my birthday,
Aww.
and my birthday cake was a picture of me, like a baby picture of me. And I remember my mom being really obsessed with guarding my body. because she thought it was terrible for people to cut into a baby. She was just like, I don't know why they picked that cake, but
Oh.
she was just like, you can't cut the baby.
She
Don't
felt
cut
like
the
it was a
baby.
voodoo doll of you and something was going to happen.
No, some kind of Indian bad luck. I'm like, why'd you guys get this cake then? But I mean, it was very cute. People did eat it. People did end up
Because you
eating me.
are.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So that was really fun though.
What about worst or
Well,
most
worst.
traumatic?
Well, I can tell you. I think you may know my most traumatic. So my birthday was always super special to me. And I had some nerdy friends, but for my birthday, I would also invite the popular kids that were like an extended group of people that were not necessarily my friends. So, but it was my time to celebrate, and I would have a new outfit and I'd look fabulous. And for my 12th birthday, as you talked about before, we went to Chuck E. Cheese. So for my 12th birthday, we went to Chuck E. Cheese. And growing up, my hair was like, I had never cut my hair. It was very, very long. It was long past my butt. And every day my mom would make me wear these nerdy braids. But for my birthday, she would let me wear it any way I wanted to. So I wore my hair out. So I was just like, woo, I'm a preteen Indian goddess. And I'm feeling fabulous and not so nerdy and beautiful
Right.
on my birthday. And at Chuck E. Cheese, all the kids were there, and I went on this kiddie ride. I don't know if you remember. Well, I don't know if you remember this ride, but it's literally just a chair that rotates up and down. There's nothing special about this ride. It
Like a
just
single
rotates.
person Ferris wheel?
Yes, exactly like a single person Ferris wheel. I remember it was shaped like an orange slice. I don't know
Oh,
why. But
okay.
so I went on this ride, and I was so happy. It was so much fun. But then suddenly I started to feel my hair getting tugged, and I saw that my hair was getting sucked into the center of the wheel of this Ferris wheel. And so I tried to pull myself out of it, but of course I
Oh my
couldn't pull
God.
myself out. My hair was so long. Then I
Right.
was like, "Hey, somebody help me!" And this kid who'd been playing Space Invaders came over, and not even an adult helped me. This kid helped me. He pulled
Oh,
he pulled the plug out of the wall so that the ride would stop because my token was just kept on going.
oh my
And
God.
so imagine Chuck E. Cheese. It was completely quiet in Chuck E.
Ah,
Cheese. My entire birthday party had surrounded me. Every other birthday party had surrounded me. And the room was totally silent except for my
oh
mother
my God.
screaming about my hair being caught. And then my dad,
Oh.
he comes over, and I'm like, oh my God, please save me. And he just looks at the gears of the thing, and he's like, I think if we turn her head the other way around, her head will just pop right out. And I was
The
just like,
engineer in him.
please. Yeah, the engineer in him. And I was like, please just get me out. And he took a pair of scissors and he cut my hair. And that was the first haircut I ever got. Half of my hair was cut really
Oh
short,
my
and the other half was still long, will still like past my butt. And
Oh.
that was my very first haircut. The next day, I went to the hair cuttery, and we got my hair styled, and I had those awesome Farrah Fawcett wings in the front.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
so I had these giant wings in the front, and in the back I had this just long velvet highway of hair, and it was a mullet. It was a really long mullet. That's what it
It
was.
sounds fabulous.
But I mean, I had the best of both worlds. I had the layers in the front, which I had wanted
Yeah.
layers, but my parents wouldn't let me cut my hair, and then I still had long hair in the back.
Look how the universe was like, we're going to make this happen for her. And I love
I
the fact that it was a kid that saved you.
Yes, yeah.
See, those are the Gen X skills that other generations won't have. It's like we all knew we were on our own and we were like had each other's backs. Also, my dad gave me my first haircut.
No. Oh my God, what
Yes.
was that like?
He got clippers. He got electric clippers and he wanted to try them out. And so you can see in my kindergarten picture, I distinctly remember being miserable the night before picture day because my mother made me sleep with rollers in my hair. So my
Uh-huh.
hair is curly and long. And then first grade, my hair is Mia Farrow and Rosemary's Baby, like crooked.
Oh my
I
God.
have like no teeth, no front teeth, and no hair.
I have to see this picture. Do you have a picture?
I'm gonna, I don't have it handy right now, but I will put it up.
Okay, yeah, you have to. You got to show it to me because that sounds adorable.
And then everyone thought I was a boy for the good 2 years.
But didn't you cry when your dad cut all your hair off?
I don't remember minding. Like, I know it sounds traumatic. I think it's nut. Like, I'm sure my mother wasn't home or something, but like,
She
why
must.
would I
Yeah, she
know?
must have
Like,
been pissed.
I know. Like, I had two brothers. He got clippers, and he's like, "I'm gonna try them on her," but
What the heck? You poor
right.
thing.
But I don't remember minding. Like, I remember sitting in the kitchen and just being like, I mean, all right, I don't know.
I know. We had no will of our own. That's a
We
Gen X.
didn't.
We just had to
Yeah,
do what every adult told us to do,
yeah,
no matter who
and
any
older
adults.
siblings too, because you're the youngest as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like everyone has authority over us. Everyone.
Yeah.
You have no
I
autonomy, and you have no authority over other people. Like everyone ranks higher than you.
Yeah, now kids ask why and ask a million
Hmm.
questions and have to be listened to and have a say. We didn't have a say. We never had a say.
No. I remember my sister got a curling iron for Christmas, and oh, I just got a pain in my head. You know when something hurts and you get like goosebumps? That just happened on my head and like on my just the muscle memory of it. My sister got a curling iron for Christmas, and she didn't have a practice Barbie head. It was just me. And I remember her like she didn't know what she was doing. And it was like it wasn't like now where it's like porcelain or ionic or whatever. It was a fucking like metal rod that was 10,000 degrees. and and she was just like rested on my head, and I remember being like ah like she didn't know what she was doing. And it was like, you just have to sit here and be the head that she practices on.
Yeah, why didn't she practice on her own head? Jeez.
Because I guess she couldn't see what she was doing, and she like wanted to learn. She wanted to learn how to not burn herself by burning me first.
I know. Oh God, you poor thing.
Passivity was like part of being the youngest kid, I feel like. And then you kind of had to learn to finally stand up for yourself, you know?
I know. It took a long time.
It
I
took a
don't know.
long time for me too.
Did you stand up for yourself? Like I felt like I didn't stand up for myself until my 20s.
Me
Like
either. I was just going to say, no, I was like a full grown adult. I'm not saying I learned when I was an adolescent. I was like 30, you know,
yeah.
before I really would have the nerve to go against my siblings, or it was just like, no, this is how it's going to be. And I
Oh
would just
wait,
be
going
like,
against our siblings? That I was
sibling, yeah.
probably in my 40s before I went against my
You're like,
siblings.
wait, I'm still trying to
I'm
muster up the
still trying.
courage to do that.
Well, okay, because I'm the youngest, and I also don't. I have stepkids, but I never gave birth to kids, so I can't boss a bunch of kids around like you can. But uh, I still feel kind of like I didn't do certain rites of passage, so I still feel a little bit like I'm not an adult.
I get
So
that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be 54 this year. I think I'm an adult. I'm old. I'm old, but I'm not an adult. That
I'm an
sucks.
old child.
Very old child.
It's true, though, that mental shift of being I'm the person of authority here. I'm the one that calls the shots. It's it is a shift that happens. And I was, you know, the only one I think other than my brother that didn't have kids, and I was like 30 whatever, and I remember going against my siblings when my mom was sick and in the hospital, and it felt very a seismic shift in the universe. What's going to happen? Because I didn't have that. I didn't have kids yet. And I didn't have that sense of like I can say no, or I can say this is what's going to happen, because I
Hmm.
think it just gets drilled into you when you're the youngest that you just have to do whatever anybody says.
But that's interesting though that once you become a parent, you have to take control over somebody else and somebody else's life and be in charge
Right.
and always worry about them and put them first.
Yep. And it
So,
is a weird thing. Sometimes you feel like, yes, absolutely, I'm in charge. And sometimes it's like, you're going to trust me with this? Am I qualified? I'm flying the plane? I don't know about that.
well, do you think you're a better parent than your parents were?
I think I had more um, opportunities,
Hmm.
and I I think I'm also just a more curious and empathetic person, and that's
Hmm.
made me better at certain things about being a parent. And I think I had the luxury of wanting to be a parent. You know what I mean? Like for my
Hmm.
kids, they were Irish, Catholic. It's not a choice. God decides how many kids you're going to have, and you don't use birth control, and you don't seriously. So it's just like 6 kids, 10 kids, 14 kids. Like those are the families that I knew. And like I hope you want to be a mom because you got 6 kids coming your way. It wasn't something that my mother really got to choose.
Hmm.
So I feel like it's it's hard to compare because it's like apples and oranges. I
Hmm.
think I'm a pretty good parent, but I really, really wanted to be, and I really fought hard to be. And and then also when it was really, really hard, I would remind myself of that in a way that was like, well, this is what you wanted, so you better figure it out.
Hmm.
Whereas if it had just been foisted on me, I think it would have been like, I'm getting out of here. This is terrible. I'm going out for milk and never coming back.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have the parent role, but because my stepkids, they have a mom, they have a dad already to parent them. I'm just there for hugs and for fun. I never reprimand them. Maybe, I mean, I've known them since they were pretty young, but I've never been someone that reprimanded them, except for once. Oh my God, and I went full on Indian parent on them.
Ooh.
And in a way that's making them feel really bad. Like not yet. Okay, so the
I fully
kids,
support.
the two youngest kids, they went. There was like a creek behind our house, and they decided. And we were like, okay, you can go wading in it, but they went swimming in it. And they fully submerged themselves in this really gross creek where like garbage can be and stuff like that.
Oh
And when
gosh.
they came home and we're like, "Why are you guys wet? It's not raining." We were just like, "What happened?" And they finally told us that they were swimming in this creek, and I was like, "You always have to tell us the truth," because they didn't for a while, and I was like, "You always have to tell us the truth because what if you had flesh-eating disease from that
Yeah,
creek?"
E. coli or something. Seriously.
But
Yeah,
I
and
think
you
I'm
didn't know
so.
why. Or
I mean, then if you didn't tell us the truth, we would have taken your sister to the hospital and then they wouldn't have known how to treat her and then she would have a no leg. Like I scared them so much.
You're like, I'm
Like
going to get from point A to point Z in 35 seconds.
I when something happens with my stepkids or my niece and nephews, like I would be a much harsher parent because I would parent like my parents parented me.
Mm.
I didn't evolve into a better person. So I just have to rely on how my parents were, and the main thing would be to scare the heck out of you and make you feel guilty.
Yeah.
So that's how I do.
I love it. And I also love when you're like, my role is like hugs and fun. That's you are so perfectly cast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, this has been so much fun. But before
Oh
before
yeah.
we wrap it up, It's time for our game show portion of the show. Are you ready to play?
Yes, I'm
Can we
ready.
call it The Price is Right? I'm going to call it The Price is Right.
I think you can call
Maybe
it The
I
Price is
can't.
Right.
The price is not wrong. Okay. You ready
Okay,
for your first item?
bring that close. Sardines? Wait, you have it upside down. There you go.
It's
There
like
you go.
flipped. I don't know. Oh,
Yeah,
there we go. Can you read
now
it?
it's right side up. Yeah.
Okay.
Sardines, preserved lemon, fish wife. Okay, this looks kind of like some fancy bougie shit. Um, this is not at your local Safeway for sure.
No, it sure isn't.
No. Okay. Whew. I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but I'm gonna say 1999.
Oh, you're bougie. $12.
Ooh, okay. I thought it
All
would be
right.
yeah, I thought that would just be it. But I almost said 13.99, but then I was like, shopping at grocery stores in New Jersey or fancy ones, I figured it would just be more expensive.
More. Yeah.
Are
All right.
those
You ready
good?
for the second?
Those sardines, are
I
they
don't
good?
know. I haven't tried them yet, but I'll let you know.
Okay.
I know you're supposed to, I feel like as we get older, right, we're supposed to get more omegas in our lives. And so I saw it and I was like, I need more omegas in my life. And now it just sits in the cabinet and scares me and I don't ever open it or try
I
it.
know. I mean, why? I mean, maybe you could do like a salad dressing with it, but I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever just eaten sardines out of a can?
No, but I have. When I was a waitress in college, there was a guy, the barber next door to the luncheonette where I waitress, who every day would come in and get a sardine sandwich with onions on rye toast. And it was literally four dead little fish on toast. And I remember serving it to him, just being like, oh, here you go.
I do not know what well, okay, I know what possessed you to buy those sardines, the omega 3s, but that's still
Yeah. And then I was
just
like, and if I get bougie sardines, maybe they won't be scary, but they still scare me and I still haven't opened it.
yeah, they're still scary. You need to just take a pill. Don't eat those damn sardines.
I'm gonna I'm gonna find a recipe for this and I'm gonna make it work. Okay, item
Okay.
number 2.
Ooh, the gurgling fish.
Yes,
I
I
know
can't believe
that.
everybody knows about this but me. I just got it.
You just got it? Ooh, it's
Yeah,
pretty.
I had never heard of it before.
Oh, where'd you get it?
At a place in the city when I was
Okay.
fishing. I'm fishing when I was shopping with a friend fishing.
Okay. Okay, the
um,
gurgling fish.
yeah,
I'm gonna say that is 68.
40.
Oh my God, I'm really going
Yeah.
over.
And made in Great Britain, by the way, which you never see
Okay.
anywhere. Made in Great Britain, right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, I'm really losing this game. I'm
You really
I
are.
my prices are out of whack.
You're
I'm
you're bougie.
I'm bougie. Well, I'm doing, I'm reflecting the times.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
reflecting the
inflation's
times.
bananas.
Yeah, so I shouldn't be wrong on all these things.
All right, ready for your third and final item?
Yes, please. Pedivac? Oh my gosh, do you use this? Have you
I
used it?
haven't. I haven't yet. I got it as a gift, and I was like, "Ew!" And also, I'm really fascinated.
I mean, I don't know if I mean, when you get to a certain age, especially brown skin, your foot turns into a baked potato. So I think
So
this
this
is
is like you sand it down, but there's a vacuum inside that sucks up the sawdust or whatever.
I think that's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna say well that's $19.
Yeah,
I was right on the money.
you win. It was like 20. Yeah, so you
Okay,
win. So you win. You
I
win a
w- I
prize.
I win.
Ba, ba,
What
ba,
do I
ba,
win?
ba, 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 na. Ba, 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 ba. You get to choose. Would you like the Strangers with Kittens mug? We have 3 different styles.
Okay.
Um, or a Strangers with Kittens knit winter cap
Oh,
in either
what?
black or gold. Yeah.
A knit winter cap? Does it say
Mm-hmm.
strangers with kittens on it? I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting the cap.
Making a little. Okay. And black or gold?
What do you think for me?
I mean, black's kind of cool with your hair, but gold is kind of cheerful in the winter months when it's so gray. So
Mm.
I'm sort of unsure.
Well,
What's your
gold,
coat? What's
how gold is it?
um
Is it like,
it's like a 70s harvest gold.
oh, okay. No, I'll go with black.
Go with black. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that'll be
right.
easier.
Congratulations.
I'm so excited. Thank
And thanks for
you.
playing.
I didn't know I was gonna get a prize out of this podcast.
You're getting a prize, baby. This is
Yeah.
this is a classy sardine eating show. Thank you so much for coming on. It was so much
Oh,
fun to see
my
your beautiful face and
pleasure.
spend time with you.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. It was so fun. Have me.
I'll see you.
I'll come back anytime.
I would love that. All right, we'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.
Strangers with Kittens is taped before a live audience of dogs. If you like our show, please rate, review, and share on social media.